Leaders aren't born. They are people who rise to the challenge of meeting the needs in their community. After all, if we're not making the world a better place, what's the point? As a filmmaker, it's my duty to point out error, as well as possibility, especially when it has an effect on the people of my community. I returned to my hometown of Red Deer, Alberta, to find out that a facility that employed hundreds of citizens and provided mental health services remains shut in the midst of a COVID pandemic, leading to higher suicide rates and massive social issues. To strengthen the idea of repurposing these buildings and why, I started a movement to get people thinking of what they would use this abandoned facility for. To do my part as your neighbor, my team and I are developing a documentary called Breaking Stigmas. It will incorporate your ideas and suggestions to our province as to what they can do to help us develop the Mitchener Centre to better support our community and as well our country. I made a film about healing. TELUS and the Alberta Media Fund sponsored it because they saw value in the community endeavor.
Nothing. So what that means is that energy is not good and bad. Energy is either heavy or it's light.
In Red Deer, Alberta, a growing movement in the community is looking for a safe place to help people reconnect with their cultural identities. The now empty Mitchener Centre offers a unique opportunity for redevelopment. To become involved, visit breakingstigmas.net.
Citizens began to listen and gather. I made a film that talks about the suicide rates and how our lack of value in human life is greatly affecting our future population.
Sadness, depression that everyone's fighting, now they could come, and what we incorporated is horses, so incorporating equine therapy. I'm so glad so many people support what we're doing.
My name is Rebecca and I am a producer of Mitchener Centre. I'd love to see it become a museum. It's always been one of those history places that I like to come to and see all the history in it, the old buildings and where it came from throughout the years. I find it to be beautiful and it's so full of history that I'd love to go in and be able to see, but they keep it closed.
Hi, I'm Tristan, I'm 17 years old, and I'm standing here at the Mitchener Centre. I would like to see this area turn into somewhere that youth can develop their minds, like a science centre or an arts common where we can learn from resident artists.
In order to be heard and taken seriously by the province and the city, we had to form a corporation, Do More Good. Fortunately, the right people stepped up their game and more gather every day. Our mission is win-win, to help the city realize their interests while also realizing the interests of the province, if the interests are to meet the needs of the people. A centre like this can create opportunity for thousands of people, especially when the investors come from people in the population. How about, instead of sitting on the issue for another 25 years, we flip this around and make it happen now? The province has asked Do More Good and its investors to work with the city of Red Deer. Perhaps whomever is mayor next year will find that social services can look very different when piloted by a passionate community focused on economic and cultural development. Again, healing being the key. As a woman of excellence, I help my community understand our needs better. I am always grateful to be able to share this message, first with the people of my city, next with the people of the world, because you too can repurpose, reclaim, and be the response to the needs of your community. Read up, sign up, and be a part of the plan. Let's reopen the world better than we left it.